Hello, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Vvardenfell. We are in Nissus, where we last time cleared out a mine, a Qa'Rajh egg mine, which was connected to a Dwemer ruin, where an organ was causing quite a lot of problems. I've not done anything per se other than walking around collecting a few ores and such. I have, however, discovered what the ordeal with this apparently missing NPC was. So you see this NPC is supposed to be right about here, but there's no one here. That's because he is inside this tower, rather the egg mine barracks. And seeing as this is a side quest, I mean, it might be a big side quest, but it's a side quest nonetheless. So let's head down and talk.
We'll deal with the problem as promised, Lord Thun. But we need to hire protection if the ruin is as infested as you say.
I would employ ghost hunters who can't hunt ghosts. Just find your help and get to work before I change my mind.
If only all spirits could be dealt with by simply slashing away at them.
In this universe, a surprisingly large amount of them can. Right, Theo Prevet.
I'm going to take a moment to make an assumption. You're somewhat versed in fighting, or at the very least defending yourself. It's your aura and the swagger that give it away. Are you looking for work by chance?
What are you offering?
My outfit specializes in spirit intervention, investigating hauntings and putting lingering spirits to rest. Spirits aren't always welcoming, though. In cases like our current job, we need someone to watch our backs.
What's so dangerous about the current job?
We're to cleanse a malicious presence on lands recently acquired by our employer. I know very little about the area, other than the Ashlanders think it's cursed. Whatever the presence is, it likely won't sit idle while we exorcise it. Hence, you.
I'll do it.
Our destination is an old fortress far to the north, accessible only by a small pass in the mountains. There's an Ashlander camp outside of it where we'll be stopping for supplies. We may find out more from them.
Tell me more about your group here.
This team here? This team's the best ghost hunting team in all of Tamriel. We all have a special connection with the realm of the dead in one way or another. It helps us communicate and problem solve when it comes to spirits.
Special connection to the realm of the dead?
Near-death experiences. Cast a lightning spell while wading in water could put you one step into the great beyond. There's just something about having one foot in the grave that ghosts relate to.
I've almost died lots of times.
Well, then maybe we should talk when we're done. You could round out our group. We're always looking for a little muscle. We thought Shars knew how to fight. I mean, just look at his arms, but he's a pacifist. So, oh well.
Can you tell me more about the job?
The friendly gentleman talking to us earlier, Lord Thonlin, that's our employer. He just purchased a writ for the land the fortress sits on. Says he got it rather cheap, too. I imagine the spirit infestation must have lowered the price a bit.
Has your employer given you any information that might help us with this job? Oh, I didn't actually
doubt
click.
Lord Thonlin knows any more than us. Knowing the type of person our employer is, he likely viewed this deal as too good to pass up and left it at that. Not big on details, that one.
How do you get rid of the spirits in these places?
First, we figure out why they linger. Is it a cursed relic binding them? Vengeance for a wrongful death? Looking to say goodbye to a loved one? It's always different. Once we figure that out, it's easier to get them to move on.
And this usually works?
I can't say it's always been perfect, but my group's the best at what we do. We even guarantee that our client will be fully satisfied or their money back. Won't find other ghost hunters offering that, I promise.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, so we are to talk with these guys. Now, it's been a warm day, and it's still pretty warm for the time of day. It's currently about 16 degrees Celsius, and it's 20 minutes till 10 in the evening. There's not a lot of wind, but just saying you might hear some outside noises, as I do have an open window. So, just in case, if it's like police sirens and such, I will attempt to be quiet during, so that I can just edit it out. Right, let's continue with this. Vvardenfell.
Ballara Nama I, traveller. May the spirits walk among you as an ally, and your shadow never stray from your feet.
What language was that greeting in?
It is the language of my people's religion and beliefs. It dates back to ancient times when the true gods were worshipped, when mortals and immortals lived side by side as equals. It's very old. I can tell you more about it, for a donation, of course.
Well, while I do have plenty of money, I also have persuasions. Missionaries of the 3 and the 8 seem pretty happy to share their tenets for free.
You have a valid point. I suppose I have to stay competitive or risk letting this old, grand religion fall into total obscurity.
Tell me more.
The name of our religion is so ancient that the mortal tongue cannot speak its name, but it holds the secrets of divinity. Its true followers long ago achieved perfection and left this world behind. Most of their teachings are lost to time.
That sounds like Dwemer. How do you know so much then?
I found their lost archives and scrolls. Just a fraction of the truth, traveler, but enough. The path of perfection is open to me, and you may follow it. For another small donation, I can give you a copy of the holy texts. Ask me when we return.
You know, now it sounds less Dwemer and more Daedric. Oh, our stat booster went off. That is usually a sign that my experience booster, also went off. There we go, all sorted. Shaz.
Greetings, fellow traveler of whatever town we're in. Speak to me as a friend, for that is what we shall become. That is, unless you have darkness in your heart, then we will part as the greatest of enemies. For I only mingle with those pure.
You're awfully...
Righteous? I know. It is the many years I've studied underneath the tutelage of the noblest and most honorable of lords and ladies. My teachers would give their food to the hungry, their money to the poor, their clothes to the naked.
They sound very giving.
They were. So much so they ended up on the streets with no home, no money, and no food. But they had purity in their hearts, and that's what was important. Until they caught the plague. Then most of them died. But they died with honor.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that got us. I thought it was going to be about this one. It seems that... where? I mean, they did say north, didn't they? I'm not entirely sure. I don't see a quest marker anywhere. And I can't zoom in any further. Haunted grounds. Well, I mean, we shall see once we get up top if things have changed. It does seem that the map is a little bit wonky here. What with the NPC appearing down there. So now we should have a... Oh! That's conveniently close to where the road would otherwise fare around the entire island. But, well, seeing as we do have two options here, and I don't believe I did any dice rolling in the last episode. Two options. Well, that sounds like a job for a D100. Let me just find some dice. I just recently bought some new sets, so... Ooh, what do we got? Festive violet and white. Yeah, sure. Get a nice bit of sound on that. So D100. Okay, that's a... Nope. That's... that was a D10. Oh, that's a D12. Come on out here, percentile dice. Why are you at the bottom? The rest of you guys can go back. Just so I don't knock it over. Okay. Oh, I need my phone. 1 to 50. We will continue the search for Rivers. 51 to 100, we will go to the Ashlander Urshilaku camp. So, let's open the phone. And camera, yes. And video. And recording. There we go. Okay. So, here are the dice. Here goes the roll. 78. We're going to the Ashlander camp. Okay. Just get the dice tower out of the way so I don't knock it over. Now it is made of wood, so it is relatively fairly solid, but still, there's no need to destroy it. I mean, I like it, that's why I bought it in the first place. Well, the quickest way would be to go around here. That looks like a gorge, so I probably have to go up here, then out. That's fine. This is back the way we came from the last episode. So it seems like, from the looks of things, that Nissus is essentially this small batch of buildings alongside these manors or larger buildings up here, and then with basically nothing in between. Okay. Yep. Dwemer Towers. What do we got? Any hostiles? Not as of yet, no. Oh, Nick's house. Well, I'm not entirely sure what you're doing, but pop. Alright, well, that works. We do get fairly close to Rivers, but, well, that is not the quest right now. Ooh, 44k experience for that. That's Cliff Skipper. Let's see. Yes, we do have to go this way around. So we'll get fair. Oh wait, is it down there? Sure does look like it. Well, we can just jump off the road. See ya. A Kaguti. I believe I have fought those a couple of times in there. Yeah, you do not get to do that. It seems they are a little more powerful than a lit, but not by much. Left or right? Let's go right. I doubt that it matters. If we come across anything of value, we may come across one of the Ashlander tombs that are apparently dotted around. Now, as you can, well, you can't actually see it unless we go into my inventory. If we go into the supplies, you'll see that I no longer have the rubbings, and that's because I have turned them in. As I turned in my, as I handled my inventory, I figured the better place to do that would be where I can also turn that quest in. So I started it, and I think if we go into nope, I don't want raisins. Oh, it's nice to what delve. Ashalmavia. Cool. Hidden deep within a shrine of the Prince of Corruption. Ugh, not so cool. Where was I? Oh yes. So I have the librarian is basically on the temple aisle here. I have turned in a couple of them, and then there's basically no quest marker because the rest of them are just like, yeah, go find them. So maybe if I talk to locals, I might be able to sort of find them, or at least discover them. But it requires a lot of exploration, which I am in favor of. So that is, it's quite a significant branch, and it didn't fall from a mushroom. Oh, what is it we got here? Ooh, a way shrine, which is Urshilaku Camp Way Shrine. Urshilaku Camp Way Shrine. Well, that makes sense. River Troll. Nice bit of experience and. Knock him down, but I definitely interrupted whatever it was he was doing. No, I already know it and it's not part of a set, so we'll leave it be. Nah. Not gonna bother with you. You're not worth my time. What have we... Nah. I could start collecting them, given that they stack up. So if I just have one, they will only count as one furthermore than that. Another way shrine and a little bit of extra experience. Well, certainly can't complain. Oh, we got an Udami. We got another side quest. Does it look like... Oh. I mean, it really doesn't... Oh, sure. Thanks. If we look... Well, I suppose one could go through the rocks, and... It's not that long of a distance, but that isn't really telling of anything. Okay. Well,
you walk among the Urshilaku Outlander. If you come as a friend,
you sent those people to their deaths.
Your tales of make-believe may scare off gullible travelers, but not me. Those ruins belong to me now. My people will be cleansing this curse in no time.
You will only join Galgala's collection of puppets. If we see you again, We will assume you are a vessel of his and kill you on sight. You have been warned.
You're the wise woman? Well, I mean, that's the main quest. Udami.
You. I remember you. You were at Aldrin. Some say you're a friend to the clans. Do you wish to prove it?
What do you mean?
Met some nomad called Xanamu of the Zainab tribe. Smart man. Told me his tribe has done well dealing with Outlanders. We Ashlanders aren't quick to change our ways, but perhaps we should try.
How can I help?
It's up to our leaders to make that decision, but they're still in Aldrin. You could see Xanamu. Tell him you want to work with the tribes. Show us that some outsiders can be trusted. He can direct you to the other tribes.
I'll seek out Xanamu at Aldrin. Well...
These Ashlanders are fools, stuck in their primitive fictions. Galgala and his curse are supposed to scare me? Ha! Wait, who are you? Why are you speaking to me?
I'm working with the group that you hired. I'm supposed to meet them here.
Well, you're tardy. I sent the others ahead. May as well settle in here. At the rate you move, they'll be back before we finish this conversation.
You sent them in alone. I was hired to protect them.
And whose fault is that? Every day that land sits useless. It's my coffers that suffer. I wasn't about to let Theo squander our time entertaining the tall tales of these Ashlanders. The fewer of these body-snatcher fables they hear, the better.
So they have no idea what they're up against.
Malignant spirits. That's enough to do their job. Or it should be, if they're such experts. If you'd like to do yours, Vvardenfell is to the east, through the pass.
I'll find them. Oh, through the... Ooh! Oh. Well, that's a little further away than I had anticipated. Learn more about... But do not... Ashuawa.
Do not be fooled by the man outside. Galgala is not a spirit to be taken lightly. Those he sent to Vvardenfell are already dead, though their bodies may lie convincingly.
I mean, he is in the... So, Lord Thenlin is in the wrong for just assuming that, oh, it's just a spirit, these guys know spirits. Off you go. The Ashlanders, at least this tribe, don't particularly have a good outlook either, because, you know, if you go into it like this, with that attitude, you're basically saying, yeah, you're dead. Or you're a puppet, so we're gonna be hostile either way. Like, they don't give you a chance to explain yourself, or at least that's what they're saying. But what can you tell me about this spirit?
Galgala is a body shifter. A spirit who expels living souls and uses their bodies as puppets. Though his spirit is bound to Vvardenfell, once possessed of a vessel, he is free to roam and lure more into his trap.
He lures others in? Is it possible Lord Thanlin is Galgala? I mean, we have absolutely nothing suggesting that, but...
Our wards would not allow evil spirits to enter the camp. Lord Thanlin is simply, as the outside people of Vvardenfell would put it, an ass.
I mean, that we can agree on. Is there a way to stop this Galgala?
If we knew, Galgala would not still exist. Killing him while he occupies a vessel only frees his spirit. The only answer is to offer nothing to him. Wisdom the man outside does not hear.
That sounds like something with soul trapping. Well, seeing as we've already bundled about already, we can't really reach... Well, we can't really go in and do it in this episode, but we can likely reach it. Perhaps seeing a change of scenery through the pass. That would suggest... I'm just gonna grab this. Oh, it's you, right. I was like, why is there a well-dressed man among the Ashlanders? And that's because, well... Ah, this is the past. Yeah, buck squashing. Buck squashing. What? I was about to say, why would the bullnetch care if I destroy some fitcherflies? They're not related in the slightest. No, that... why would I want to take it? That's gonna cause the big one to get angry. I mean, I can handle it, but... Ooh, this looks like a place where there could be tombs. I say as I look over a dead man. Sure. Okay. Well, we do have some construction, but... I do believe that a tomb is much smaller than this. Quite a decent chunk of experience for just destroying the nest. I mean, the flies themselves... they disappear, so really there's no point in continuing to fight them. Alright, let's look for crevices that might conceal a tomb. I mean, a torch is a good starting point, because that indicates that this is indeed a path. Oh, it's just another way to get around. Okay. Fair enough. I suppose it is reasonable to assume that most people do not want to deal with the fitcherflies. A bit more rough landscape here. Yeah! Ha! Simple. Aha. It's a treat. And I'll take it. I don't know who made that noise, but I agree. Here we go. No. Can't imagine there to be many trees around. Yes, the ash does... volcanic ash does become fertile. Ooh. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. There is an ore back there. Can I perhaps... they are hostile, but what if I do it like this? Nope, I did not mean to jump. Oh, sure, okay. What is this? It's just a flock of insects. Okay. That's a large carapace. Oh no, someone else is on the same quest. Well, that's fine, because I'm not... Oh, what is this? Red Exile. Ah, okay. Ashlanders who are not friendly. Qa'Rajh. Well, we can swoop on by and see what's going on. That is definitely a Daedric locale of some sort. Eventually I'll probably go through and look at locales that I've missed. Ooh. Is this another battleground thing? I really don't care for those. Old Qa'Rajh. Yeah, for glory. I figured as much. Still though, free experience, so that's nice. What is this? That's very clearly a Dwemer door with something else going on. But I do not care for the battlegrounds. That is PvP, and I don't do that. Lore books, perhaps? That would be the only reason for me to head into PvP zones, was to acquire the lore. Basically be acquiring the lore and then be like, nah, I'm done. Out. No tomb. This does seem to be less populated in, I say, just as I find one. Well then. Oh. Well, this is a tomb, but we cannot acquire its rubbing, as there is no stone or plaque telling us. Oh, what? Oi! Come back here! What was that? Can I wander relatively unharmed up this lava stream? I don't know why. I just want to test this theory out. Like, if I start to get hurt by it, obviously lava, that's gonna hurt. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. But, okay, so you can move on these. Qa'Rajh Sanctuary. Hot springs. Ooh, fairly deep. I'm looking around for tombs, seeing if I can find any. What's this place up ahead? Vvardenfell. Okay. I'm also being a little cautious, as there are creatures that can lurk around the corner of things. I'd rather not be jumped by creatures big and or small. Okay. I am seeing, or rather I am not seeing. Oh, see that one. That might be intact enough to... Ha! Oh, no, that's an enterable one. That's not what we want to do. Find the ghost hunters at Vvardenfell. Okay.
This land is more hostile than I expected. Maybe we should have gone with Farwen to set the wards.
Assuage your doubts, my friend. Farwen is a righteous woman who smites evil with her depth of goodness. She will be fine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a little doubtful as well. She seemed a little on the, not exactly delusional side, but definitely on the way out there side. Anyway, we shall talk to Theo Privet in the next episode and see what Vvardenfell holds in the next episode. But until then, take care.